I'm Jean-Luc.
I'm Kool-Aid.
And I'm Ian.
And this is Triple D and T. And we back.
Like always, we are rolling a 20-sided die. Considering I lost last week, I'm gonna go ahead and roll first. Yep.
Hey,
Ooh, 18. Beat it. Beat it, Kool-Aid.
Roll a natural 20. Come on, Poseidon. You owe me money.
Critical roll. 11.
I got hit directly with a magic missile. I got 11.
All right. You won the last two in a row, I think.
That's fine. It's all good. I rolled an 18 last time, actually. I believe.
Get some of that luck back.
Get some of that back.
Well, today, I guess, for my topic, I would really like to talk about DC movies and really the future of DC movies. We have heard now for like a year and a half, like rumblings that Ben Affleck doesn't want to be Batman anymore. And he may be gone. So we still don't know.
Right.
And recently, in the last week, at this point, there's been news that Henry Cavill, may not be Superman anymore.
Yeah, I thought that was already. I thought he said, I'm putting down the kryptonite anti.
I didn't hear it.
Yeah, what I've seen, I heard his press people released a statement saying, not to worry. There's still I think they said a cape in his closet.
What does that even?
right. No, they've been incredibly cryptic.
Yo,
he posted.
Shout out to the PR team. Y'all doing your job.
not letting us know one way or the other. He posted a video of himself holding, in the middle of the night, holding up a little slowly, to some classical music, holding up a little Superman doll, and then pulling it back down, and that was the video, right? So, again, who knows what that means?
It makes my stomach hurt just thinking about it. I'm like, really, guys? Really? I don't want any of this.
But according, so what they've officially said is they are not currently working on a Superman movie, another Superman movie, with him. They have not said they're working on another Superman movie without him, and from what I've seen, they have not said that he's not going to show up somewhere. But I've also, from the things I've seen and read, heard that there was some pushback on where the studio was going to put him. They wanted him to show up in Shazam at one point, and apparently he only has so many more appearances in his contract. He was really pushing and wanting a Superman like Man of Steel too. He said.
I'm sorry, y'all can't see my face, but my face looked like I just stepped on something nasty.
He had said he felt that there was more story to tell there with his Superman.
Oh, you're Superman the second time. No.
So it's still, forgive the pun, but up in the air.
Jean-Luc, you are just delightful. You know that? You are like a spritz of lavender on the inside of the cup. You're like, oh wow, I didn't know. They got Jean-Luc.
I didn't know that was there, but that's a pleasant fragrance.
That's a pleasant fragrance, Jean-Luc.
Well, so there's... How do they go forward if they lose their Batman and their Superman? Do you think they, I don't know,
Oh, easy. First of all, I see this as a blessing for the DCEU because you guys can finally stop riding your top threes backs since 1960 or whatever. We get it. No. We get it. Batman,
in the movie
Superman,
since
Wonder Woman.
80s.
We get it. The Justice League. Oh, I get it. It's
they're great characters.
They're great characters. Yeah. And I'm not taking anything away from the writing. Every person that's even got a chance to illustrate and be a part of this timeless classic. But at this point, it's you guys have a universe of other stuff. What's up with the Static Shock movie? It's so easily to be done. Stranger Things just dropped. You got Homeboy there. You got other talent. You see Marvel.
That would be that kid from Stranger Things would be a really good choice.
Right? He's in Dakota. Let's be real, man. You guys really need the car to break down to realize that, okay, we can put this classic back up and we can work on it in the garage and pull it out every Sunday if we want to, but we can get another vehicle. And I want to see his Santana movie. What's up with the magic, man? There's so much to dig in.
There's...
okay, let's see Lex Luthor and some other stuff. I hate Lex. I love to hate Lex because he's the embodiment of privilege. and what money really can do. I mean, you know, and where is that?
It was frustrating. I mean, now I liked Jesse Eisenberg's like performance and attempted take, like he's super narcissistic. He's like, and I appreciated the real like way he approached that. But I thought he was too young.
But he was young Lex, though.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, they went with the young Lex. I mean, he even went bald at the end to go. I mean, into the old Lex.
I prefer them to be. I prefer them to be like closer to the same age. So
you
like,
want them to be old already.
I want them to seem.
He's still baking.
Because they seem more like contemporaries to me that way. Like Superman seems like a man, and this guy seems like he's fresh out of like college. Like I mean, he's a fresh. I mean, I guess he's a man, but like in comparison, when you look at the two of them, like he looks kind of like a boy.
It ruins what Smallville got us used to.
I mean, okay, what was Homeboy's name? Rosenberg? Who
played Jesse Eisenberg.
Jesse Eisenberg. No. The guy who played Lex Luthor. Oh, his last name was Rosenberg as well, I think.
Smallville.
Smallville, Rosenbaum.
Rosenbaum.
Please
excuse me. I do apologize, sir, if you're listening to our show. But yeah, no. Okay, but even then, he was still a younger Lex. I mean, they were high school.
Yeah.
But they looked like they looked like grown men.
Yeah, no.
But they were pretending to be in high school.
They still, in comparison to each other, though, seemed like contemporary.
Because they were the same size? Is that what it is? Was it visually?
Like age. Like, I don't know. And that's just a me thing. Like, if Superman looks like he's 35, I would like Lex Luthor to at least look like he's 30. Okay. If not, like, between the dynamic between the two of them, Lex Luthor being, you know, having his brains to try to outwit and fight Spider-Man, Superman.
Uh-oh.
Hey.
Jean-Luc, don't tell the secrets, Jean-Luc. Hold up. Don't drop the secrets now.
20 years from now, we'll
Marvel,
get that movie.
Jean-Luc is sorry for spilling the sauce. He did not tell him about your crossover thing.
Please don't have me eliminated.
Triple D&D is not liable. Please don't send the drones to kill us.
Please don't lock me under Disneyland.
I'm so sorry. But okay, so I get that. And I'll roll with that.
And this is just my take. Who I would love to play Lex Luthor is James Spader. I think James Spader, guy who played Voice of Ultron, dude in Blacklist. I mean, like he was in that lawyer show with Boston Legal, yeah. Like James Spader, like I want him to be smart and charming.
I get you, but that's like creepy
and angry.
He's good, but that's more creepy though. That's like a creepier. Like Lex wasn't creepy. He was brazen. You know what I'm saying?
I think James Spader can sell though that likability and like that like boldness, like that and determination of like, and it's that confidence.
The confidence I agree with. But Lex was never charming. Lex was just fucking, I've got money. Like, he was like, I do this, you work for me. Like, name one time Lex Luthor was, in your opinion, charming.
In the comics. You know what? That's a good point. You know what? I will give you that. Yeah. In my head, I think I've just given him that because he's
Smallville got us.
Yeah, you're probably right because he was rich and the head of a company. I assumed and he became president, right? At some level, you don't become president.
He's never not been a maniac. Like, dude, go back and look at any of some of the points he was making. I agreed with, and it was wild because it was like, yeah, who is Superman? And if Superman decides he doesn't want to play by our rules, same way with Batman. He said the same thing. Like, this dude could turn around. So what makes you the all power? And so Luthor with no power gets the power.
I liked Gene Hackman. I enjoyed Kevin Spacey playing Lex Luthor. And I always liked the idea of Lex Luthor seeming less physically imposing. And between their dynamic, I would prefer him to be older rather than younger, of Superman. But you've opened my eyes to some things that I never really thought through with my perception of that character. So that's totally fair. I'm gonna have to look at myself in the mirror later. Wonder.
Oh snap! So I mean, from there, I think that, like I said, there's a lot to really dig into.
Where they go?
Well, they could do any. Okay, so Let's speak on it. Joaquin Phoenix.
Joker movie,
Joker
standalone.
movie standalone. Okay, boom. There we go. Bust to the left.
I would say I think that is 100% the direction they should go.
Oh my God. Yo, take a moment and everybody just absorb the time that you're alive right now.
Yeah.
Joaquin Phoenix, everyone. A great actor already. Has gotten that nice old now. This is no longer Gladiator.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? He's not doing a mockumentary with a rap career anymore. He wants us to forget that, but I have the mixtape.
I've said this.
Hold up, sorry. You have the mixed.
Bro, he released some little bits of stuff, and like as a nerd, I should rip the MP3s, you know, chop and screw them every once in a while. That's just stuff I do. You know,
That's awesome.
I do raw magic with no gloves.
Okay,
so
no, we'll talk about that.
I don't have a license.
We'll talk about that
It's
after.
a show.
But yeah, dude. So great. Like I said, I feel like that's the direction.
Yeah, and I think it's not just the choice there, right? I think it's the making solo standalone projects. Because honestly, for me, those are some of my favorite comics with DC. Are the ones that don't necessarily like stay canon. Mind you, canon has changed, but like the Dark Knight.
Yeah,
like
dude.
like
all cuts of Frank Miller getting jiggly on the Dark Knight.
no, 100%. Like
Jeezy.
that, like the first and second part. I really enjoyed the second portion of like everyone talks about the first one, and I've heard people be like, "Oh, the second one's not as good."
No, they were equally amazing. Like they stood next to each other. Like
when they deal with Wonder Woman and Shazam and some of the other like characters and things that happen. Like it's, but like some of their best stuff, like Killing Joke. Like is it
I was
not?
literally about to say Killing Joke. Can we touch on how rowdy?
Yeah.
Like the Joker's always been one of my favorite characters in DC. It was always Lobo and Joker, dude. Like it was Lobo obviously for his craziness.
Dude,
and
you
then,
showed me Lobo.
Yo, right?
And
I was a kid,
you're right.
and I came in on that comic. I'm like, this guy.
That would be a great movie.
DC, this is you guys? So, I mean, yeah, dude. Oh, man. Sorry, guys. I'm getting a little bit of wet by the mouth. Because I saw that. I was like, this is where you guys go. I mean, this is the... So, what do you think about an origin story for the Joker? I mean, yay, nay? How do you feel about that?
You know what? If initially someone told me that, I'd be like, I don't know. Like, his undefined, like, origin sometimes is what, like, helps sell it, right? Like, you're not supposed to feel necessarily all bad for the Joker, right?
You don't know how to feel for the Joker, right? So many different backgrounds.
I think Joaquin Phoenix is a complex enough actor that he can make you feel bad for him and still make the switch to you not caring at the end, right?
Yeah.
Like,
this is Joaquin Phoenix.
he is terrible. Like, I honestly, this is so terrible because I think Jared Leto is a good actor, right? But I think Joaquin Phoenix is the caliber actor Jared Leto wants to be.
Damn.
Which is why he does those things to act out at his other castmates. Like, I've heard stories which might be overblown, but like dead pigs and like condoms and a bunch of shit he did to it, like stuff he sent to his castmates, like I guess in the character, right?
Yeah.
Like, and you can go in the character all you want. That's fine. Like, Heath Ledger lost his fucking mind in like a hotel room and a couple of journals.
Yeah.
Right? You don't have to lash out at other people to do it. Like, at that point, you're being showy about it. Like, and you put kind of a bad name on actual character actors.
Dang, Jean-Luc just opened the whole can. I'm like, yo, can you bring in a towel? There's a bunch of blood on the floor. I think Jean-Luc strangled someone's hopes and dreams.
I didn't completely hate Jared Leto's like Joker. Like,
no, I love the Joker. Period. So it's not like anybody can just get up there and be the Joker. But I mean, if you do a somewhat decent job with the source material, it's gonna be like, yeah, okay, I can roll with this. Well, and Suicide Squad already felt like, in itself, it felt like the same energy you got when you were watching Ragnarok. I feel it's kind of like in its own universe, kind of this weird like.
It's very much what they tried to sell.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And and so that's what you got. And so of course the Joker for that universe of that movie, if you will, is gonna be that Joker. So I wasn't really
and can stay there in that world separated.
Yeah, it's fine. I totally agree with that. But yeah, no. This is gonna be on. I feel this is gonna be on the level of Heath Ledger, dude.
I hope so, and I think this is.
Dude, just seeing the 46 seconds of this is what I would look like. And I'm like, oh.
If you haven't seen it, go check it out now. It's the only like trailer piece to the new Joker movie, and I think it's in like thus far the piece is just titled Arthur. Like, but like you'll find it, Joaquin Phoenix Joker, like it'll be there. If like the thing I'm mixed on is like the makeup, like the John, like was it Casey or the actual killer clown, Gacy. Yeah, the actual killer clown. Like I think that's interesting to tie it into like a level of realism, but at the end of the day, I still need him not to be just a guy with makeup on killing people. Like I need to believe he is a super villain, not just like I need to see he's funny and brilliant. And those are two things I did not see from Jared Leto's Joker. Like, and that's something actually Ian you pointed out as far as like funny. He didn't make me laugh.
Yeah.
Like at no point did I laugh at anything the Joker really said. Like, and at no point did he show me he was brilliant. Like he rolled in with a bunch of thugs like through the front door, like with a like with a bus and rammed through the like the opening of the jailhouse, broke in, shot a bunch of people down and pulled them out. That wasn't super clever. He didn't like get someone on the inside.
I don't even remember noticing him trying to make himself laugh.
Yeah.
Which is probably the most disappointing. Like,
yeah.
At the end of the day, at least Joker's trying to make himself laugh.
Which I will say in that short trailer, there is a moment at the very end where like, because you just see Joaquin Phoenix's face, but at the end you kind of see this transformation, and where he does this smile and he closes his eyes and like his left eyebrow raises for a second as he smiles, and you can see in that moment he found something funny. Like a joke in his head was funny, like and like he was taking small pleasure in that funniness, and I think that like that's what it needs. So and I think this separated movies like I let that universe go. Maybe pull Wonder Woman out and let her do her thing because Gal Gadot's wonderful.
Yeah, no, that was good. It was a little. I still, like I said, don't understand why women are always fighting battles in thongs. And like skirts, it's just like it just doesn't make sense to me, guys. But maybe one day we'll get a Samus movie, and I'll be like, okay, yes, this I can see this. I could see a woman running around in this
in armor,
in armor. Like I would like to run around in this in armor. You know, I remember like side note, I remember seeing somebody did a concept. They did a concept project of male characters dressed as female characters, as they would be dressed for like comics and war and games and stuff like that. And it was nuts, and it was like really crazy. And you're like,
and revealing.
It's like ultra revealing.
Another one,
right?
2 for the day.
2 for Jean-Luc. Yeah, it was the same. I was like, what the? So definitely, yeah. If DC could keep going this way, like I said, dig into what y'all already got, DC. Like, you got so much. Like, okay, so, already said Static Shock, right? What's up with, I mean, we did some Red Hood. We had Jason Todd. I mean, what's up with the whole situation? I mean, Bruce, are we going to talk to Homeboy about the Lazarus Pit? Like, I mean, come on now.
I would love for them with the Jared Leto Joker situation, and I don't know that they can or it's worth doing, but I would love for them to make the reveal. And this was a rumor that had gone around for a while that he is not the original Joker for their universe, and he is Jason Todd, like he or the Robin of their time, who like Joker fucked up, and much like in the Batman Beyond storyline, like Tim Drake was taken and made into a mini Joker and came back as Joker later. Yeah. Spoiler: Batman Beyond.
Yeah, told you we do spoiling,
but
don't forget.
Yeah,
you thought you were safe.
But, like, if they did that kind of twist on it, there's also, in the Dark Knight Returns, like, Frank Miller stuff, if you remember, after Joker's dead, another Joker comes back. And it's Robin.
Exactly.
Like, that, so it would let people feel okay about this Joker not being what they wanted.
Yeah.
And everything would fall into place that he's the copycat Joker. And you know what? The original, like, Harley Quinn didn't exist before the cartoon, so maybe the Harley Quinn that exists in the universe exists for the Robin Joker. Like, and the original Joker died, but, like, fucked him up beforehand. Like,
yeah, no, I could totally take, because I mean, like I said, the source material is there.
You want to do it like a darker take? Fine. Also, they need to accept that they shouldn't, because in this idea that we're having here, they're not sharing all of their universes. So maybe your Superman movie doesn't have to be dark, or your Aquaman movie doesn't have to be dark, or like, any of the like you don't have to just tone down everything to try to match Batman.
Yeah.
Because you don't have to put them next to each other.
All the time. Back to our original statement. Stop beating your threes up. You see what I'm saying? You got other stuff.
You could really, like, let Batman and Superman lie for a while. Like, a couple of years without, like...
Because they do in the comics, and other stuff pops off. Like, okay, they've got this Teen Titans thing coming up, which looks mad trash. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
It looks like a CW production, Brody. It looks like Green Arrow. And it's like, dude, don't get me wrong, but that CW style has... it's like supernatural to me. And it's like, okay, this is kind of cool, but
it's
this
got
is
a
like...
pretty people polish, which is my problem with the CW. No, like, you don't see a regular-looking person
it doesn't,
anywhere.
None of the characters look real. And that's the issue. Like, even with The Flash, like, which I'm going to get flack for this, I didn't watch. Like, I saw a bit... I
watched the first 2 episodes.
I was going to say, not really any flack here.
Dude, look, when I say I saw a couple episodes, I was like, okay, I can see where this is going. I'm not really a Flash fan, but I was like, I'll give it a try. You know what I'm saying? Same situation. All these... It's like they tried to take the success of Smallville and make every show look like Smallville.
Like that, yeah. Yep.
If you take a moment to look back at Smallville, that was, I believe, CW's 33's chance to really come in, and nobody else had Smallville except them. And it was like, oh, okay, this is a good way to look at Superman.
I remember getting goosebumps to that trailer, seeing it for the first time, being, what is this? And seeing, like, the little feet, and then the car start to turn, and in my head, like, afterwards, Smallville being like, oh, it's Superman.
Bro,
oh my
I will
God.
tell you, I will admit to that. Smallville was lit. Smallville was extra lit because he wasn't this, it's like, yeah, he's still Superman, but he's still trying to figure everything out. He's on a farm. That was more relatable than I am a lapdog of the state.
Yeah.
Which I called you that Superman. Son of Kal-El.
Which would have made it
Jor-El.
a better storyline for Batman versus
Kal-El.
Superman.
Son of Jor-El. Excuse me.
But
Bring your father into this.
all right, so hopefully they listen to us, make separate movies, don't make it so dark, don't latch on to those 3 main characters. Like, I think they've got a good Wonder Woman with Gal Gadot, but I'm with you. Would not mind seeing a more realistic take on what she would probably be going into battle.
Yeah.
And I guess you could sell, like, her character, like, she doesn't get to go back to Miniskira, or however you say it, like, she doesn't get to go back to home. Right? Like, so, like, this is how she remembers and goes into, like, as traditional warrior, like, garb you could sell it as, but
I don't know, man.
I don't know.
I think you've basically told all the fanboys that they can see skin, and if they don't get to see skin, they're gonna feel away. And it's like, yeah, you're definitely gonna have to be mad creative when you slide that caveat on them.
Or you're just bringing another male character who's equally as poorly dressed for the occasion, right? You
Nice.
equal it out.
And you're like, why is he always wearing short shorts to battle?
Kicking
But
ass
so
and
is she.
Yeah, we're not going to
now
feel
you-
nearly as comfortable with those high kicks.
Yeah, right. And then you're like, why is he like this? And she see what we're talking about. He's like, that makes sense. And then the paradigm shift. For sure.
Well, what do you got on your plate for the day?
OMFG.
Oh?
Destiny 2 has released its newest DLC, The Forsaken. Now it's now just Forsaken.
Okay.
Released September the 4th. I have been playing since it dropped. And, dude,
I've only heard good things.
Dude, Destiny is back, bro. Destiny is back the way that Destiny took all my money in the very beginning. Like, I was like, yes. So what happened with D2, we spoke of in the past, is it was bland.
Yes.
Because what they did was, I feel personally, as someone who's been playing since D1, they took away the originality because you have a lot of casual players that play, and they don't grind like a lot of the other like players who grind and who are like, hey, I'm gonna read the lore. I'm gonna be like, hey, these secret missions for these weapons and stuff like that.
They're not in it for the constant loot reward necessarily.
Exactly. Yeah,
like,
they're just like, oh, I want to do this for a little bit and this and that. So
the gameplay's fun.
no, yeah, right. And it's like, but...
Which was me.
So what happens is, I feel like they listened to the community, and what they did was the complaints were, oh, this is too strong, or this is that, this is that. So across the board, they were like, nothing. We're just gonna make it equal. But what happened was you took away the soul of the game.
Yeah.
And so what's the point of even attempting a raid that you've just released if I'm going to get the same amount of gear from somewhere else?
Yeah.
That's less this.
Yeah.
And so people, I mean, I even stepped away from the game for a hot minute. I started playing the Division again. I started playing Fortnite.
Did on Division. Late, but...
Yeah, right? I finished God of War. Amazing game. Santa Monica, yet again. I think about y'all all the time. I think about making y'all some lunch or something, man.
In my prayers.
A great game.
The Lord knows.
Yeah, right? Thank you, Jesus. So, yeah, right? Like, but we come back and, right into this. It's amazing. So, all the random rolls are back. It's like, okay, now all your weapons drop with different perks again. It's not everybody has the same weapon. There are secret weapons again.
Everybody's not trying to get like the same 3 items.
Yeah, and then it's like, okay, we have them, now what? There's nothing else. The grind is back. And so as far as that, you get the customization, you get, like I said, the random rolls, you get the, hey, I'm going to grind specifically for this thing, and this thing is going to reward me things. It gave you rewards for being a dedicated player.
Do they expand weapon type at all, or?
So you actually,
or just, I guess the weapons are so specific. I mean, unique anyway.
Yeah. So the weapons, what they did in this DLC, they did add bows.
Oh, okay.
So you've got bows, bow and arrows.
Okay.
And
like
those,
and
bow staff now. Donatello. Anyway,
I'm back in.
Right. Dude, that's pretty crazy. So you've got the bows, sidearms, shotguns, hand cannons, pulse rifles, scout rifles.
The swords. I did really like the addition of swords in this game.
The sniper rifles are back now. And D1, what they did was they allowed you to use more of your weapons. And in D2, what happens, because I feel like I said, they were really trying their best to make everyone happy.
Yeah.
And so people were saying, oh, these weapons are too powerful. So they made those weapons in D1 that you were used to using quickly, like you would use your primary weapon. They made those power weapons. And you usually don't use a power weapon until you've found heavy ammo for the power weapon.
Yeah.
And it's usually far in between.
You conserve that. You don't just run shooting that off around corners.
Exactly. So, but the thing is, a shotgun is something you should be plugging everyone with. But they made that a power weapon. So, it's like, well, what's the point? I'm not going to play with this thing. I'm not going to... If I'm going to get these points, I need a rocket launcher. I need something that's going to...
Yeah.
And so they went back to D1 where you can use all of these weapons a lot more freely.
You limit my, ability of actual functional play.
Exactly. So now I'm back in my D1 days. I'm running around with a hand cannon and a shotgun and a big rocket launcher. But right now I have a giant fusion rifle. It's called the Sleeper. It's called the Sleeper Stimulant, and it puts people to sleep. So
it does what it says.
It does what it does. So the beauty of that with the play, it's back to the grind. It's back to having fun. The story is amazing in itself. Spoilers, get ready. Your boy Cade 6 dies, bro.
Oh, I've heard about that.
And
that's Nathan Fillion, isn't it?
Yeah, Nathan Fillion, bro. And it is the most gruesome death because you find out as a Guardian for this 4 years that we've been playing this game that this power to consistently resurrect over and over and over again that you've been getting from your ghost is vulnerable. See, you can live forever. Your ghost is vulnerable. So homeboy pulls out his ghost for resurrection, and you see in the middle of this gang fight that he's getting destroyed by, one of the guys climbs to the very top while he's trying to fight off and snipes his ghost with this projection rifle that's obviously super powered, and it just destroys his ghost like glass.
Well, that's a great way to create stakes, and I think for me, part of my beef with that game, and it isn't really beef, part of my issue with the game was that I didn't always remember or know why I'm fighting past the darkness and the bad guys. That gives you a defined emotional reaction and reason to continue pushing forward.
Oh, dude, they came with it with this. So one of the most lovable characters, even in the midst of D2's dryness, that you know and love, is dead. And so not only is he not dead, not only is he dead, he gets destroyed by all these guys, these barons, if you will, and who are led by a guy named Aldrin, who is the brother of Mara Sov, who is the queen of the Reef.
Okay.
And so this guy picks up Cade's beloved Ace of Spades hand cannon, and you run in. The intro mission is you and Cade going to the prison of elders to stop a prison breakout of these barons, of these other crazy like enemies across the galaxy. They're in this place, the prison of elders. And so he's there, and
Wait,
you're
is
like,
it a new like enemy type?
there is a new enemy type.
But that's not these people.
They are there in the prison.
Okay, cool,
right?
gotcha. Sorry.
And so, no, please. So basically, you're on this mission.
Dope.
You roll with you and Cade. You guys are having fun. Cade goes to do a little extra to make sure that maximum, the people down in Maximum aren't getting out in the prison break. And so he gets down there, and Aldrin basically opens this prison break. He's the guy. He's the reason. And they jump him, and they kill him. And you come in literally seconds as Aldrin him and his team are transmatting out, and he's got the gun, and he just looks at you, kind of gives you a wave, and you're just like,
You just
what?
get to kill
Dude,
Nathan Fillion, take his gun, and leave.
And so the like you said, the emotional connection is nuts. The funeral for Cade is nuts, and the whole DLC from here is you getting sweet revenge. And so you literally chase these guys to this thing called the Tangled Shore, and you get with this basically this mob boss, crime boss, and the DLC then takes this noir kind of turn, has this full noir, like you're following this guy on the underbelly of the galaxy. He's dealings underground dealings. And he's the guy who's going to help you kill Aldrin and these other guys because he wants them dead as well, right? And they don't mess with him because he's a dealer and everything, and so they don't like him either. So, the enemy of my enemy is my friend?
Yeah.
So, exactly.
Which is true to a degree.
To a degree. So, it's great. I think Destiny, Bungie, Activision, they did a really good job.
I've heard a lot of people.
They did a really good job. And then, dude, you're fighting, you're chasing down like 6 or 7 of the guys who killed this beloved family member, basically. And they're talking mad shit the entire time. So seriously, every mission that you try to get closer to them, he's like, yeah, I watched your friend die.
I really enjoyed from what I had played of it, though, I really did enjoy the voice work in that game.
Oh my God.
And I can only imagine,
no, it was
how well they sell that.
Dude, so imagine this. You watch your friend die, and you're seconds away from it. Homeboy gives you the, haha, what are you going to do about it?
Yeah.
And then you're chasing the guys who killed your best friend throughout the cosmos. You find them. And as you're chasing and trying to kill them off on this kill list, which is literally that. Like, you literally go down the list and you kill everybody
who
killed them.
But when done well, that's a great way, again, to define your goals in a game.
Oh, my God. It really,
Revenge.
no, you
Yeah,
never,
no.
you're never in a situation where you're like, I don't understand what I'm doing. Like, no, it's people like this is why I'm a guardian, and I'm protecting the universe from scum like you. And so it's like, dude, you killing these guys off, and literally each one of them is giving you the world's worst roasting about your friend. Your friend couldn't even put up a fight. Like, maybe you can. And I'm just like,
I mean, well, and they
what'd you say? I can't jump through this TV screen right now.
But by doing that, they also raise the stakes and show you that there are actual consequences within the game. And not everyone's safe. And I guess
they did. Like I said, very noir, very smoky room, black and white kind of energy. Yes. Tommy guns rolling out, like Wild West energy, and it's really good. So you got, like I said, the weapons are back, everything's back. Now there's one light qualm. All right?
Okay.
Just recently, they did a update, and what they did was they nerfed this gun called the Sleeper that I like. It's one of my favorite weapons, and they nerfed the aim assist on it, which I'm not mad because I'm really good at the game.
Aiming.
You're playing the game. You've been playing the game for this long. It's like you kind of know certain weapons and how they feel and the sway and stuff like that, so it's not an issue. But what happens is the exotic quest to get the Ace of Spades, Cade's hand cannon. You have to go through an exotic quest to get it back, right?
Okay.
So outside of finishing the campaign, you have to go extra to go get the hand cannon back, right?
You're not guaranteed this weapon unless
you need to go put some work in. So what happens is there was this real big cry in the community by a lot of casual players oh, it's too hard because one of the requirements was going into this game mode that's called Gambit, which is a new game mode that Destiny introduced.
That's like what, PvP and like PvE?
You are correct.
Okay.
So you are fighting a bunch of enemies.
I've heard good things about that.
It's great. It's like you're fighting a bunch of enemies, and then all of a sudden you have a chance to. You're fighting a bunch of enemies, 4 people. Another team is fighting a bunch of enemies on a separate map.
Okay.
Once you guys bank these things called motes, which are little points for killing things.
Okay.
You bank them, and it opens a portal to the other side where they are.
Uh-huh.
So then the enemies there aren't shooting you, but you can go and fight them. And so it'll let them know you're there. So invader inbound.
That's
so
cool.
Your job is to basically gun them down, and you get points for that, all right?
It's a fun new little, like, unique take.
It's really cool.
And you get several other ideas.
Right, no, it's pretty good. You bank 75 motes, and then you summon a really big monster. First person that kills their monster wins.
Dope.
Right?
Dope.
Not bad, not bad. But you can jump in between and mess with the other people. If they got their monster up and you kill them, it puts health back onto their monster and stuff like that. So it's really good. It's really good. But one of the Cade steps asks you to go into that game mode and kill an invader with a hand cannon, right?
Okay.
Yeah, it could be a little tricky.
Yeah.
But, I mean, you just wait for the invader and find him and give him his life,
Is that just one of the bad guys, or it's the invader?
The invader is a live player from the other team.
From the other team?
Right?
Okay, gotcha.
So,
coming over. Got it.
A lot of the community is like, oh, man, it's really hard. I've tried so hard and I can't. And a lot of us who just played and other people who grind just got it. And it's like, all right, cool. But Bungie stepped in and changed the requirements.
So a lot of people are getting it now.
Yeah. So it's not the problem. It's not about them changing it. It's about them changing it.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's because that's what happened in D1.
Yeah.
D1 was great. They started changing things because people were complaining. But it's like just math. If you do something to one side of the equation, you have to do it to the other side. So it opens this Pandora's box.
Everybody all the time.
Right. Excuse me. And you're just going back and forth. Until you got to the point where they got to D2, and they were like, dude, it's too much. We want everything to be okay. Let's make it bland.
Yeah.
And then what happened? You lost people.
Yep.
And then you had to crank it up again.
Yep.
And now here we are, and we're back. And then it's like, we're nerfing it. So it's like, it wasn't that big of a nerf. They took away the aim assist. They changed some of the requirements. People were saying things were too hard. They moved some of the vendors closer because people were complaining about you couldn't get to the vendor. And it's like, dude,
I didn't want to have to travel that far.
Real, it's a part of the lore. You know what I'm saying? So I'm really glad for where they have now. But this little seam on this brand new shirt, I'm like, if you guys keep pulling at this thing, you're gonna go back to the ragged.
There's the slightest loop.
That'll be D2 again. So that's basically everything.
So as long as they don't fix what doesn't actually need to be fixed, it's going to continue to...
it's going to be great. You don't want everyone to have... The thing is, these weapons are hard to get for a reason.
Yeah.
Yes, everyone's not going to have
And you
them.
kind of invalidate, my accomplishment by then giving it to everyone else.
Yeah, because it's yeah.
Would you buff my gun then for the, accomplishment that, in the work I put in then?
See,
if I had known, I could have just waited till it got easier.
Yeah, right. See, and that's the thing, Jean-Luc.
And spent that time getting something else.
See, and you are speaking like the rest of us are in the community. And I don't want to be like, oh, I'm complaining or anything.
Yeah.
It's just I've seen this happen before. Y'all did this last time, and we got some vanilla D2, cough, cough, extra dry.
Right now, they're still at the top of the slippery slope. As long as they don't, lean that direction, they're fine.
Exactly what I'm saying. But no. This is a home run.
I've got to say, adding on and making continuing a dynamic story without feeling like you're trying to
throttle me for cash.
take all of your money, right?
Yeah, but no,
I've got a real story. You've got a new weapon type, a new game type,
yes,
a new enemy type,
and it's yeah, dude, you done a really good job. And honestly, people are like, oh, well, they're just the same, couple of enemies over and over again. It's I have no problem if you're explaining to me why I'm seeing these enemies again. And if you reskin them, okay, cool. But why are they reskinned this way? Now, you doing that, is there going to be new armor?
Yeah.
Going to be cool weapons that go with this? Okay, cool. I have no problem when I see, oh, I've seen that guy. oh, that's not that guy. I've seen the lava version of that guy.
Yeah, I was just about to say, oh, he's blue now. Okay.
Cool. Now, does he do something different? Oh, he does. Okay, cool. It's not the same, you know.
Okay.
So it's little differences. It's like, okay, cool. Because eventually, yeah, if you put too much in, you're dealing with too much fixes and this and this. You also want to keep the game fluid, and I get that. But no, somebody must have sat them down and was like, look,
there's a way to do this.
You want to keep your friends? Because this is how you keep your friends, you know? And so...
How much was it?
Of course, you know, your boy Kool-Aid had to get the digital deluxe version. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
That was that smooth 79 and the point with the 99. Now, if you're just trying to slide in there, go and get your taste, it's only $40.
Okay.
Just half that. You know what I'm saying? I got in on some, you already know I love you. Take my money.
I know I've been there.
It's like, babe, I'm in your bed with no shirt on.
Yeah, no.
Yes, you can have some money out of my wallet. What are you talking about? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, babe, can I have some? Yes. And get me some while you're out there.
As long as you know where it is.
Yeah, right. Babe, can I? Yeah. And you gonna bring me some back too?
Man.
Great. I'm just gonna lay here.
Well, that's good, because DLCs can often,
I mean, yeah, no, dude. I bought
just
the season
steal your
pass.
money.
I'm like, come with it, because there's another DLC coming out. I think later. So I have the annual pass, because that comes with the annual pass for all the DLCs that come with it. Okay. Because like some people are like, oh, I have to buy a DLC after DLC. It's like, no, just get the pass. You'll get all the DLC.
All of it together. Okay.
Which will be a lot easier.
And when we're in a place of not just releasing like, oh, we've got 2 DLCs coming out for the game, but in a place where like, no, you're gonna get DLC for the next 2 years. Like where we are in gaming now, it means a little more there.
Yeah, I'm happy with that, because then I'm not worried about, oh man, I need to get this and this. Because like honestly, Destiny I will continue to play forever. Yeah. Honestly. Yeah. Until I just don't play Destiny.
Until Destiny, yeah.
Dude, my friend Daryl, who I haven't seen in a minute, who's in Austin, I believe, right now, has a Destiny jump ship tattoo on his arm, like
that's
that serious.
That's dope.
And then shout out to the Travelers Mercenaries, the clan that I'm in. But it's actually a bunch of dudes that we were all part of other clans, and those clans we play with each other all the time, even though we were in other clans. So we came out, and I'm saying this now and making this a thing in the universe. I'm gonna try to create a situation, get this on video, have us all come together and like play Destiny together, like do a raid or something, like, because they're all in different parts of the country. So maybe have them all come to Dallas, like Airbnb a place, and then like set up TVs and something like that, and be like, all right, y'all be here for 2 days. We'll just turn up, and then maybe go strip club at night or something. Like that.
Figure it out from there.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Something weird. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Like, hey, welcome to Texas, right? Everything is weird here. Go-karts and strip clubs. So, you know what I'm saying? I got a go-kart. We can use that too.
Oh my God, that would be perfect. A go-kart strip club that, as you drove around, there's the pole that connects like bumper cars, right? Have a stripper on every bumper car pole. Right, as you're driving around, like you can have different little areas. You can have like the straight area over here, like if you like men, or like if you like women over here. You can like right,
y'all better be listening to Jean-Luc.
You can have different parks and different tracks, right? Like that open up depending on different types of the night, right? Like so, depending on what you like yourself a bigger girl. Well, then go to the northern track. You're gonna like what you see.
Northern track. Now that's where your boy Kool-Aid gonna be. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna appreciate you go there for the bumper cars because you can see that jiggle.
Yes, what I need. Jean-Luc gonna get me in trouble, everyone, and he gonna get y'all in trouble too.
Responsibly, assuming you are of age. If not,
Jean-Luc only offers these delights to you if you are of age to take said delights.
Straight up.
Straight up. Yo, I love you guys, man. I really do, man. The show is amazing. Everybody's amazing. We're the greatest nerds.
I'd like to, get to know you guys just a little bit better. Like, with people listening, to get to know us all a little bit better. Wondering if you guys have ever, at any point in your life, when you were younger, or in the last year, attempted to find out if you had superpowers.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you okay? So let's just establish right now. We've all tried.
Oh, everybody.
Okay.
Everybody thinks they're mutant.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, in some way.
In some way, metagene, something. I got something. I got like voodoo powers or something. I'm gonna get the energy in me and then use it out of me.
I didn't even watch Dragon Ball Z, but I often found myself trying to like form an energy ball that I could shoot out
Nice.
into.
Into space. Like
Yeah.
I want to create a physical projectile
Yeah.
from my mind.
That seems
From
reasonable.
my chi
Yeah, right. My energy.
or ki, or depending on wherever you're pulling
Yeah,
it
right.
from.
Yeah, right. Ki, kai, chi. I've heard people call it chai. I was
Yeah.
like, that's not.
Yeah.
That's a
That's
tea. Yeah, that's very much a tea.
That's a tea, but okay.
And I would put money on that you're
Yeah.
saying it wrong.
Yeah, most money on it. Oh man, look, I thought telekinesis, man. That was always.
Another one.
I was
Yup.
always the one I thought I was the most closest to. I was like, okay, I'm a very intelligent person. Like, even as a very small human, I was like, my brain is faster than other brains. I can do stuff, you know? And I mean, dude, I remember reading R.L. Stein's Fear Street, right? He had this one specific in that collection. It was called Runaway. It was about this girl who had telekinesis, and she ran away from the town. I ran away from a town because they were doing experiments on her. And like making her use her powers
Yeah.
and stuff and abusing it, you know, and so she ran away. She used her powers to destroy a beach house. Like, but
Okay.
it was an old raggedy beach house or whatever. She's using her telekinesis, but what she didn't know was her best friends actually had came out to that beach house to like have some little lovers soiree or whatever.
Tragic origin story.
Yeah, and it was, and she destroyed it, and because it was like condemned, it was
Yeah.
like whatever, but they were in there. So when she was walking around, she saw her best friend's car, and was like went back to try to lift it with her powers and saw their bodies. Like
too
so,
late.
no, the crazy part wasn't even saw their bodies; it was like a hand or something, and she saw the
she
ring,
knew.
saw the ring or something on, and she knew, and it was like whoa.
It's a good origin story.
Dude, it was yo, and I was like, yo, and people were like, oh, R.L. Stein, that wasn't good. I was like, bro, read the stuff.
No.
It's great. It's light read, but
That's how a superhero starts.
Yo,
or
great.
villain.
Yeah, or villain. I messed up. But yeah, telekinesis. From that point, I was like, dude, I could totally.
So what
I
did
could
what did
focus.
you do to try?
So in the story, they had her doing all these trials, or like she was focusing, like you said, like your energy. So I remember that I would focus on objects, like as hard as I possibly could. I would imagine the energy like between me and it in waves. So it would be like, okay, I just need to start visualizing the waves harder, right? Like, and once the waves get harder and I can see them, I can make them crash against anything. And that was, bro, I would get so many headaches. Oh my God. I remember, like, my brain would hurt sometimes.
That's
like,
intense
I'm
concentration.
concentrating, so it hurts so much. And it was just like, nah. I will say this, though. I don't know if anyone believes and I remember in 4th grade, I was having a really bad time, like a bunch of like domestic violence, crazy shit like I was growing up in.
Yeah.
And it was like I had reached a place emotionally and mentally that I don't think I've ever reached before at such a young age.
Yeah.
And so I remember I got off the bus and some things had happened. I was getting like almost jumped.
Yeah.
Because I was going to the quote unquote good school.
Gotcha.
And then getting bussed from my home school. And so, yeah, my bus looks different than y'all bus.
Yeah.
You don't see me. So,
Well, you must have money on you then.
yeah, exactly. So I remember I got into a thing, and it was everything. That, my home life, school. I was bused to like a really fancy school, and so all of that living, it was a lot.
Yeah.
And I think I reached a spot I never reached.
Compressed.
And I stared. I don't know, I felt like I wanted to explode inside. And I remember looking at this rearview mirror on this old truck that was in front of this house that we always got busted in, that was right across from the school. And I was staring at it, and I was like, I just hate everything. There's nothing I can...
Yeah.
You guys want me to just... And I'm staring at it, and it cracked. Now I know, and it was, I'm like, look, maybe it was just really hot because it was the summer. Maybe I just happened to look in that direction right as that piece of metal expanded, and that little happened, because that happens. But after that, I was totally freaked out.
Yeah.
Like, I was, like, for real freaked out because I was thinking such angry things.
Yeah.
And it was, like, such things that I'd never had that much darkness inside, you know?
Dude,
Like,
there's an alternate universe right now where Kool-Aid is a legit supervillain. Like,
Dude,
crushing, like,
no.
cop cars
And that's what I'm saying. I'm just like,
banks.
maybe it's just, it was the summer or whatever. No, after that, like, for real, I was just like, yo, you gotta chill. Like, you gotta chill. Like, maybe the universe wanted me to just see that, and that was already naturally happening. To like, bro, you need to relax. Like,
I'm Chaos Aid.
Yeah, bro. Oh my God, right? Trying to stop me from going dark. But yeah, no, that was my for real experience with that, and I was just like, after that, I actually stepped back from it. I was like, you know what? Maybe I don't want to tap into any of my powers.
That was a real life moment. There.
I was like, maybe I can. So yeah,
I was trying to do stuff just cause.
I thought it might be.
We sharing, though, right? I thought you said I could share. I shared. Okay, I'm sorry. Talk about snap.
I'll say I had one moment that that wasn't quite as serious as that, where like as a kid, like I was like, oh shit, right? I was outside. I lived out in the country. So there's a lot of different things I tried. Like there's one day I wasn't even trying anything. Like I was feeling super lethargic, and I was outside. There was a big long metal gate that was it swung all the way open as I was at the other end of it, and like it had been a long day of doing other stuff just out there. Moving hay for no reason.
Tedious.
But yeah, no, like I remember looking over and there was a chain around the end of the end of the gate, and I remember like looking out and just raising my hand, like, and I for point of reference, like the first X-Men movie had just come out. So if you remember at the beginning of that movie, like as they're pulling Child Magneto, he's reaching and like the gate's coming to him, and like I put my hand up and like in my head was like, just come to me. Like I don't want to go over there. And I kid you not, the gate swung like from that chain, and it came right over, like just to my hand, And as a kid, I was like, I did it.
Oh,
and then I felt the breeze.
I was just getting ready to say, fuck you guys for having powers that you actually sort of harnessed. I didn't realize that was the conversation.
Yeah, right. So we're mutants. Right?
There were so many things that did, like, I had a trampoline, so like I thought in my head, you know what? If I can just continue to jump higher and higher, eventually I'll just be able to hold it up there. Yeah. Right? Like, so it's out there for hours. I remember coming like
I can just tread air.
I remember coming back in like with a sore back as like a 10-year-old, being like, oh, I gotta lie down like on something flat because I've been hard at work.
Yo, I can imagine.
I used to try to punch like hay bales, right? Like I was like, I'll get my hands stronger. I'll find my super strength. I used to try to climb them, and let me tell you, like, you want to climb it from the either side because they roll.
They do roll. I was like, he probably can roll.
No, it did.
Oh no.
I also
Jean-Luc hurting himself.
Punching them, crawling, like trying to crawl up them, right, is a terrible way to learn you are allergic to hay.
Yeah.
Nice. So.
Jean-Luc's book is available at Amazon Prime. Users have the first access to the digital download.
Yep. It's called Hey, Don't Go There.
3 for 3. 3 for 3.
Ding, 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 I'm done.
Flex boom.
We'll have the budget for those soon.
Yes. For real horn.
Oh my god, dude, that's so good. I think only telekinesis though.
Yeah.
Like, only
I tried that, but never like. I don't know why I felt like it was magnetic powers. Like in my mind, it was never telekinesis for me. That was getting it done. So.
No, I could never, because I was a chunky kid, so I knew I already knew I was like, okay, cool. So I mean, my powers obviously isn't gonna be parkour. I'm not gonna like flip underneath this thing and then run fast. I'm not Quicksilver, but I am mentally adept.
I know my own limitations and where I can and can't go.
Yeah, right. I was like, I know mentally I can make this happen. Oh man.
As far as like you're talking about like trying to form like an energy like ball or something like with your ki or whatnot. I used to like when I was a kid. I'd go with my mom when she'd go to the gym because she used to go to the gym to go into the pool to work out, and she'd just turn on music that was probably very inconvenient for everybody else there at the public pool, and just dance away, arms back and forth. But as she did that, I was hard away in the water up to my neck, like trying to push the water and feel the waves as I threw them out, and tried to imagine what that would be like in real life.
Yeah,
and then tried to form swirl up some Kamehamehas and throw them out, right?
Nice.
Thinking, what if I can get it in the water and train myself here?
Yeah, dude. I'd like to give us a shout out for being cool because we all understand energy comes in waves.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Even as children, we're like, yeah, there's a wave. We're all, at least we're there together.
There was a scientific basis for how we
yeah, man. Like, there's got to be a wave, right? Oh, man. Did I tell you the story about when I went to, like, New Orleans as a kid? How much time we got?
No.
You got 5 minutes.
You got 5 minutes? All right.
I said we're going to learn about each other.
Dude, we like telling stories, like, about crazy shit, right? I was 3 years old. We went to New Orleans. Me, my mom. I don't know if it was New Orleans. I know it was in Louisiana. We went to. It was me, my mom, my aunt, and my grandma, I believe. So we're there, and it's this carnival, and Louisiana is known for its energies and all of the cool stuff, supernatural, not supernatural, the dimensions and things that are possibly available there.
Yeah, a boot.
A boot. Right?
The veil is thin, so
Very
to speak.
much, right? So you can definitely look in. We went to a carnival, and, you know, there was rides and stuff, and it was, the booths were set up, and the booths, they weren't like the state fair, they were, like, separate. So they're not, like, this giant back on them. It was just like, this is a booth, that's a big booth, that's a big booth, that's a big booth, you know? Like, more like the Midway, where everything's kind of singular.
A lot of big beats.
Yeah.
Wait, it's not right. Boots. Okay.
Boots. Wait. So, we're standing at the end of this corridor of booths, and I'm holding my mom's hand, and I look down this corridor, and there's people moving back and forth. You hear the sounds and stuff that's happening. It's like this fortune teller lady, palm reader or whatever, and she's sitting there.
Nope. Sorry. Not this guy.
And I'm 3 years old, dude, and I remember this vividly. Like, 3 years old is when all my memories start. Like, some of my heavier memories start, and then 4 is like, boom.
Yep.
All HDMI at that point. I'm just like, I know everything, right? But, like, 3 is like, a little VHS, trying to go into digital. Like, all right, here we go. You remember these things?
There's some tracking issues from time to time.
So I'm like, and I'm holding my mom's hand, and I'm looking down this corridor, and there's a bunch of booths, like people, and I can see her all the way down there. And it's just kind of one of those, you look, and you kind of look at this, and you're not paying attention. But I'm holding my mom's hand, and I'm looking down here, and the lady's looking at me, and I'm thinking she doesn't see me.
So there's just some lady all the way at the end looking at
she's just looking in this direction, right? And okay, so, no joke, like, the hair on my neck is starting to stand up. Like, every time I tell a story, I'm like, man, this is nuts. She is looking at me, and I'm looking down now, because at this point I'm like, is she looking at me?
Yeah.
I'm 3 years old, dude, and I remember thinking this.
Already little Robert De Niro.
Like, she looking at me, and I'm looking at her, and dude, as loud as I'm talking to you guys, in my head I hear, hey. Like, I literally hear, hey.
Yo.
And I'm like, and I kid you not, oh, God, my skin. Like, dude, every time I tell the story, it freaks me out. And I look, and I'm like, and I look around, it's like, is somebody talking? And I look, and I'm looking around, and look at my mom. My mom's like, you just standing there talking to my grandma, holding my hand all tight. And I look back at her, and she goes, I'm talking to you.
Yo.
Bro. Yeah. I'm over it. Like,
yeah, no.
I immediately break down. I start screaming.
At 3, I just accepted this shit doesn't happen.
Yeah. Bro, you ask my mom to this day, like, you can tell her story, like, she's like, yeah, dude, you flipped the fuck out. Like, yeah, I started screaming. I just was, like, inconsolable. All that. My mom's like, they had to leave the carnival.
Jeez.
Everybody packed up and got into the car, and we left.
Jeez.
We didn't even get to finish that day. I remember and that was the end of that. So even as I tell the story now, like, I remember it, and it's just nuts.
Shit, The Shining.
Bro.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, how do you explain that to somebody without sounding crazy? Like, you're like, oh, that didn't happen to you. Well, maybe scientifically is this. I'd be like, okay, cool. But it's like, bro, earliest memories, I have 3 in my 3-year-old years, and that is one of them. And it's like,
I believe that there is a lot of shit that is possible. Like, right? So that, like, when that shit kind of stuff happens, or someone tells me a story like that, I'm like, you know what? I have no reason. I trust this person. I have no reason to discount it,
bro,
or like to believe it didn't happen that way.
Because it's like you tell somebody that, and I remember
how much of our brain do we not know what does?
Especially as a child, because you think that you're less. When you're speaking of spirit science, you think about your pineal gland, is less calcified as a child. You don't have any toxins and stuff like so. You're able to really, resonate on a much cleaner level than we can from eating what we eat, doing what we do, all the other stuff like that. So I mean, kids, babies, they see stuff. They are in a place where they can resonate to see and feel things that you can't. Because I mean, you step further away from that cleanliness. Your car, you put more miles on it. You know what I'm saying?
I've got I believe I don't have any moments with superpower actual feeling like I had that or any
power. I was about to say she just stepped. I feel like she just stepped into my house without knocking.
No. I was about to say with
oh
any moments where I've seen someone's I had said I won't go into it because there's not enough time. But I have seen ghostly or things I can't explain in the past. I'm sure some Halloween's coming up. Maybe we'll get into it. But
my favorite one, of my favorite holidays. Throwing that out there.
But no, I believe there's a lot more possible than we initially accept.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'll take that. I believe that powers and other powers of other powers exist.
So
we just don't have the science to completely measure them just yet.
We're getting there.
Yeah, because magic is just science.
So you know what? Anybody listening, do yourself and everybody else in the scientific community a favor, and test out safely what superpowers you may or may not have.
Yeah.
Let us know. Let the world know. Maybe do a little bit better for us all than you've been doing. Thanks, guys.
Good job. When Jean-Luc takes it up that many octaves, don't have him do that for nothing.
you know I mean it.
You know what I'm saying? Don't disrespect him.
I've only got
3
more of those in my life.
Right. Don't disrespect yourself. You deserve better than that. You know what I'm saying? We love you and we want you to donate to our fund, the Nerds Need Money Fund. I will be sending you a small email where you will then insert your social security numbers.
Yep.
And possible bank information as well.
Or if you just want to post them under the, right here
DM
where I'm pointing.
Yeah.
Wait, you can't.
DM us. Actually, you can see the page soon. Yeah, definitely.
I'm pointing. They need to know I'm pointing.
Yeah,
they know you're pointing.
Okay.
They can see. They can see they're using their powers.
All right, I'm pointing. That's a good. I think they know everything they need, so that's a good place to wrap it up.
That's what's up. All right, then, man. We love y'all. Bye.